One of them happens to be in Guardia Brothers, and twice a month they deliver fresh produce and eggs and everything for them to have healthy meals. And so the women have access to that. So
that's wonderful.
it's just a lot of interesting and great relationships that we have.
Right, yeah. I know in Guardia Brothers, and
they're fabulous.
yeah, it's local here.
And I'm sure they visit Chapman University.
Yeah, they visit Chapman University. That's great, yeah. Well, we're really, excited that, to learn about this organization right here in Old Town Orange.
In fact, I think Casa Teresa is probably a best kept secret. I'm so excited that we're able to feature you on our show because I am very anxious for a lot of people to know more about you.
Right.
Casa Teresa is doing such great work, and in the next segment, we're going to be talking about some of their success stories and some of the upcoming fundraising events. So we're anxious for you to stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Around Town, and we're here in the studio. We're talking to Executive Director Stacy Proctor and Program Director Jim Pugh.
Dr. Pugh, you've been honored recently for your 29 years of service at Casa Teresa, and I imagine during that time you've seen several success stories, and we were wondering if you could tell us of any in particular that stand out to you.
I remember one young lady coming to Casa, and they come to Casa with the thing that's different about the mom is the size of the plastic bag. Some have big bags and some have small bags. I remember one particular mom had a very small plastic bag when she first came to Casa because she didn't want to stay because she didn't trust anybody and she was just coming by to get something to eat. So I remember just going into that interview with her and just her head was down and just sadness, and she wouldn't look up when we were talking with her. And over a period of time, I think it was about a 2-hour interview, you just began to see her just kind of getting more comfortable in the environment. And the key factor in those situations is allowing space and distance between them and allow them to take the lead in the conversation. You want to really empower those moms, and this particular mom had no sense of self. And as the time went on through the program, I just remember her walking down the hall one time. It's just real clear, just real proud and kind of bouncing and just looking around and just smiling. And then as she stayed in the program over a period of time, you could see her self-confidence begin to just grow.
Bloom and blossom.
And just like this rose, it just began to open up, and just her sense of self began to have a spirit. And then she wanted to talk with her parents, and she grew up in a very abusive environment. But with a sense of pride, she didn't want to blame her parents, she just wanted to let them know that she still loved them. And wanted to talk about forgiveness. So she began to learn that she didn't have to keep the pain that she had. She was able to let go of that.
Wow.
And then she moved on through our program, and she got a high school diploma, and she then started attending Cal State Long Beach.
That's wonderful.
And I get letters from her periodically, and she's working. She has a home and 2 other children, a great husband, and just in love. And she
That's
calls
a real happy
periodically
story.
and just says, thank you. It's just, I get that often.
That was going to be one of the questions I was going to ask next was, do they come back and visit, or do they call you? So it sounds like you do get a lot of return interaction with people who've been through the program.
We're part of their family. You know, when you leave Casa, you just leave, but the spirit always stays with you.
Right.
And we always are there for them, and we let them know that when they leave. So I get calls from all over the country from past residents. And we have a yearly reunion every year.
That's great.
And that's a lot of fun to see the babies grow up. And it's just real special.
And you know, you being there for 29 years and just year after year, I think that probably tells these people that it is like a family, that you are there for them to come back to. You built that trusting relationship up that they can still come back to you and feel confident that they always have somebody.
Casa is their home. It's not a program.
Right. Yeah. I like that.
And we're on call 24/7. We're just available for them, so they know they can always get us. There are situations that are very difficult for past residents that come up, and I'll get a call like, I don't know anyone else to call.
Wow.
And
Right.
so it's not a job. It's what we do.
It's your passion.
It's a
It's a passion.
It's very easy because it's
And I could see
spirit.
why you're so, to me, so worth supporting. I mean, it's not everyone that has the ability to spend 2 hours in an opening interview with somebody who's in a lot of pain. Most people aren't able to do that. And to me, if someone were to support your organization, they're facilitating your ability to help these women and spend some time with them. These kind of problems that they come in with, you just don't fix them with 1 or 2 statements and snap, you're done, and okay, you can move on with your life. You do have to spend a lot of time with them. And like you said, you have to be with them so that they can learn to trust and to start opening up and talking. And I don't think a lot of people know that. A lot of people who are not familiar with working with people in pain, they don't know what that process looks like. And I'm really glad that you went through it with us and described that, because if somebody were to support Casa Teresa, they would be facilitating that. And in a way, my thinking is they are sort of doing it by proxy. If they can donate financially or volunteer, they may not be able to sit there for 2 hours, or they may not have the expertise that you have, but they can be doing it, in a sense, through you by volunteering and supporting you. So I really, I think that's great that people can hear what you do and that they're aware of what their support actually facilitates. So.
Stacy, we know that you're involved with community partners. You mentioned Engardia Brothers, but what other ways are there, people to get, volunteer and help support the organization?
Well, especially in the parenting, we have classes 4 nights a week for the women, and so we have a lot of community volunteers that come in with particular expertise. We give our women computer classes, so they can learn all the programs that people of our age had to struggle to learn step by step. But
so you have computers there.
Yep. And we have a computer room, and they learn right on the computers by community partners. Even just on the circle, Wells Fargo comes in and does banking with the women, so they understand what it's like to have a savings account or checking account, and how to balance it, how to balance their own finances, whether it's in a bank. Pakawa, the Taekwondo, they come in and they do self-defense classes.
So the community is really involved.
Yeah, they are. They are very involved.
That's excellent. That's great. Yeah.
So yeah.
Great.
And even Chapman. I mean, we come on Chapman campus every Thursday, and we have a resale that really helps us financially.
And the students love it.
Yeah.
I know
They
do.
They're doing probably good there. It's great.
Another big one is Goodwill of Orange County. We partner with them because we do get so many donations. If we can't use them or sell them when we come to Chapman, then they take them and we get 50% of whatever they sell. So there's a lot of community partnership.
That's great.
That's great.
Now let's talk a little bit about your upcoming fundraiser. It's called the Culinary Challenge, Amuse Bouche Culinary Challenge.
Yes.
Right? And it's going to be at the Irvine Hyatt Regency on January 30th.
Yes.
In 2011. So tell us, I don't think everybody knows what amuse-bouche means. So tell us what that means, and then tell us a little bit about the event and some of the competing chefs that are going to be there. It sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a blast.
It's our second annual. We were only going to do it 1 year, but everyone that attended had so much fun.
Oh.
And there was such great food and wine that they talked us into doing it again.
Oh, wow.
And each one's themed. So this year it's Painting the Roses Red for the Queens of Our Hearts. It's based on the Alice in Wonderland theme, but it's also looking at the Queens of Our Hearts, which are our women. You know, they're what we do every single day, and we live and breathe 24/7.
Right.
But amuse-bouche means little bites that delight. And so each chef is asked to prepare their, you know, most perfected hors d'oeuvre.
That's fun. That sounds really fun for a foodie like me.
Well, and then it's also the display, how they present it, and the whole decor of their table or tables. And this year we'll be pairing it with wine. So really there's several pieces to the competition. It's there's the people's choice, so all of us get to vote on which hors d'oeuvre we like the best, and what the display was like and presentation and everything. And then we have 4 judges that will be going around, and they'll submit what their choice is. And the entertainment will be magicians. We'll have roving magicians, and then we'll also have a stage show. But some of the chefs are Chef Ted Hill from Six Park at the Hyatt.
Okay.
He won a lot of the competition last year. We have Chef Molly Kruger of Culinary Artistry, and I understand you're joining us this year, representing Chapman.
Chapman and Sodexo, the on-campus food service company. Yeah, we're looking really forward to it. We have, you know, we have a month plan for it, a little over a month, right?
And the single ingredient that must be involved in each one of the chef's preparations is something red.
That sounds good to me. Now, we don't have very much more time, but tell us the website and where can they get more information?
Well, you can visit us. I can't talk. Visit us on the web at www.casateresa.com.
Okay.
And on there you can find all kinds of opportunities for volunteering, donating, or getting involved in whatever capacity. We take large groups, we take individuals, we get youth groups. It's kind of whatever anyone would like to do.
Right. Okay. That sounds great. Stacy and Dr. Pugh, we know you're making a difference in many women's lives, and we thank you so much for being here tonight on our show Around Town, and we'll see you more around town.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.